our case study, our methods that we chose to go about our findings, and the effectiveness of the case study. We found a company in Nigeria called MED2000 Africa. The company specializes in marketing and communication. Previously, this company used to focus on using traditional media, which is TV, radio, and press, but they recently transitioned to using social media. Hence our question, how has social media impacted your company's campaign? The company we're talking about is MED2000 Africa. Our field of interest for this project was advertising. Who is MED2000 Africa? MED2000 Africa is a multi-award-winning marketing and communication agency which is located in West Africa, Nigeria, Lagos to be precise. It was established in 1992 and they have sister companies who focus on media and public relations. They believe in 360 brand stewardship. They consider all the possible outcomes to get the results for their clients using social media and traditional media. They offer services such as creative writing, marketing, advertising, and PR. This company has worked with international brands such as Coca-Cola, Fanta, McVitie's, and Unilever, and Limited. Local companies in Nigeria such as Andrew Liver Salt, Lagos Lottery, and MultiChoice. Some of the challenges we faced in conducting this project was the location. Due to the fact that the company is in Nigeria, this gave us a disadvantage. We also had problems with the internet. We tried to communicate to them via Skype, but we encountered some difficulties. No face-to-face communication. There was no face-to-face communication, and this limited our research approach. We could not have participant observation or focus groups. Time difference. Due to the fact that Mauritius is 3 hours ahead, we had to inconvenience the CEO to offer his leisure hours to answer our questions.
There are two main types of approaches to research, namely qualitative and quantitative. Qualitative approach focuses more on observing and interacting with people in order to gather information. The other one, quantitative, focuses more on gathering and analyzing data into numeric forms. I'll go ahead to talk about what research methods are. Research methods, simply put, are various ways through which researches are carried out. Examples being focus groups, interview, ethnography, and the likes. In this project, we decided to use two major methods, namely interviews and surveys. In a book titled Qualitative Research Methods for Media Studies, Bonnie Brennan actually defined interview as a focused, purposeful conversation between two or more people. It may interest you to know that interviews do take up many forms. For example, casual conversations, remote interviews, as well as depth interviews. In our case, we decided to use remote interview, Skype call to be precise. I'll go ahead to talk about what surveys are. Surveys, as clearly defined on the slide, means a research method used in gathering information through sending prepared list of ideal questions. There are some interesting things about surveys. First, surveys target a large number of people. Secondly, in order for you to get your ideal answers, you would have to send across the ideal questions or the right questions. The reasons why we chose these two methods are being that survey participants are often anonymous. Here we are dealing with the company and its employees. They may feel reluctant in disclosing anything negative about the company. But for the fact that they remain anonymous, they are actually free to do so. Secondly, both methods are very easy to carry out. In our case, all we needed was a strong Wi-Fi connection for the Skype call, and then a site called SurveyMonkey, in creation of the
this is the results from our research and also the results from the interview. We used SurveyMonkey in order to gather information, and these questions were given to participants who are specialized in this area, who work directly in social media, in the social media secretariat in the agency. Here is an example of the results that we collected. For the interview, we had the opportunity to have a Skype conference call with the CEO of the agency, Mr. Oluwakemi, and the business director, Mr. Dayo Ayebayo. For the interview, the main points of this interview were media platforms, the Advertising Patrician Council of Nigeria, partners and subordinate companies, strengths and weaknesses, and their economic problems. Media platforms such as Premier Garnet uses media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, and so many other media platforms. They use these media platforms in order to have good communication with their clients and also for brand awareness. And the CEO made us to understand that these platforms have actually helped them in the recent years, ever since they started using social media. What is APCON? As I said, APCON is an Advertising Patrician Council of Nigeria. Under this council, every advertising agency in Nigeria is registered under this council in order for them not to be rivals, and also for every advertising agency to have a clear understanding on the brands they will be working with in order for there not to be tension amongst agencies. Premier Garnet has partners and subordinate companies. Partners in the sense as Mr. Dayo made us to understand that in order for campaigns to be measured, campaigns are measured in terms of delivery, and it has been the most difficult for them so far. They tend to tackle these problems by partnering with analytics from like Google. Their sister company is Clutter PR Agency. He made us to understand that they rely on this agency when the company goes into recession. They suffer directly as a service industry, and subordinate companies are not separate from them. Strengths and weaknesses. They both made us understand that their strengths of social media is for brand awareness and also for brand endorsements. Weaknesses is working with NGOs such as Coca-Cola and other intermediate and potential clients could send away other clients. For example, 7up and Pepsi may not want to work with Premier Garnet because they have rivals like Fanta and Coca-Cola. Lastly, the economical problem. The CEO made us to understand that the industry is falling back due to the major recession in Nigeria. Resources are inaccessible, meaning that most companies are relying on service industry, such as media and PR, and this assists in boosting tarnished brand names. Moreover, most customers do not present adequate pay, and advertising and PR companies are forced to downsize. Adequate pay in the sense that because of this recession, customers do not pay their fee at the given time. They tend to have maybe 4 months to pay a certain fee due to recession.
I was speaking on the limitations of the research strategy and the effectiveness of the case study. The limitations of the research strategy. The choice of using surveys and interviews for our research is a no-brainer, as it gives us not only a qualitative aspect of the companies, of the impact of social media on the company, but also a quantitative aspect. Unlike that of participant observation, these methods are akin to our hindrances, which is the fact that we are which is the fact that the company which we are researching on is all the way in Nigeria. These limitations therefore provided us with a couple of problems which we had to tackle, such as the absence of visual cues. These are cues of which you have to watch your research to know if what they're saying is the truthfulness of what they're saying and know if it's impactful to the questions being asked. And we also faced another limitation of the fact that our questions had to be limited because you can't be able to tell what the kind of answers you give, because the kind of answers your researchee will give because of the options he has, which is a yes or no answer to most of these questions. And therefore, I'll move on to the effectiveness of the case study. Permanent is a 23-year-old establishment which has literally seen the advancement of the internet over this period of time. The past 10 years has been the most, according to the CEO, Mr. Lolo Akimumi, he testified that the past 10 years has been an effective and most of all profitable season in their organization, whereby they were able to use the advantages of social media to its highest possibilities. This therefore has seen Premier Bennett to be one of the top advertising agencies in Nigeria at the moment. This undoubtedly is the effect of social media on Premier Bennett in the past few years. I would like to close by saying that the mentor of mine, Jay-Z, once said that men lie, women lie, but the figures don't. And as we've proven with our statistical analysis behind it to you, our figures are all positive.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you. Excellent. Anyone got any questions from the groups? Did you finish? That's very, very good. Everyone had fantastic case studies as well. What you did there with your survey is exactly the kind of thing you might do if you do a dissertation, you do a final year project, you can find out things when you do it yourself rather than with a group. And it doesn't have to be an agency, it can be kind of people who consume advertising or whatever. But it looked very, very good. In fact, I must take grab both of them. Cheers. That's it. Any? No. Okay. Cheers. Thanks a lot.